What's going on, guys? This is Pikachu OTC from Simple Trade. Welcome to another weekly review. I hope you all had a great week. And in this review, we will talk about some stock that ran hundreds of percent. We will talk about the Bitcoin explosion and some stocks that had a sympathy to it and ran as well. The first stock of this weekly review will be MJWL. We already reviewed this stock previously, so if you haven't watched the video, make sure to go and watch it now so you understand the backstory of this company. Now let's talk about what happened right here. October 4th, there was huge sell-off. The stock broke its support, and the reason for that is the LOI that the company released on October 1st after hours. So they said that there will be a press release after the market closes, and as you can see, they uploaded an LOI with Bamboo Wellness. So basically what happened here is just huge sell the news. People did not realize what this LOI means and they just sold their shares, and one day later, as you can see right here, a lot of volume came in. Huge 3 green candles right here got the stock price to go about 30% in only 45 minutes. And the reason for that is the following tweet. MJWL: Bamboo has born into an established insurance industry family, the Malayan Holdings, a company with a total assets reaching $500 million. So that tweet was huge. People just saw $500 million and they just started to slap the ass and got the stock price all the way up to a dime. And on top of all of that, the Bitcoin exploded the same day. And you already know that MJWL is a cryptocurrency company. So as a clear sympathy to the Bitcoin and this tweet, the stock rose 30% in 45 minutes. Now, as you can see, the stock price went down just a little bit 2 days later, and then boom, another huge volume surge. Just look at it, 15-minute candle, and the stock price went 30% in only 15 minutes, which is absolutely huge. And that's due to the following tweet. MJWL next acquisition for this quarter, a second cryptocurrency exchange to be announced next week. So next week, meaning this week, we'll have an announcement of a second cryptocurrency exchange regarding their next acquisition. Now, given the fact that the cryptocurrency market is very hot and the Bitcoin looks good, that tweet got a massive buying power. And as you can see, the last 45 minutes of the closing day of Friday, there was huge green candle volumes, and the stock closed at the price of 0.1194. And that's it about MJWL for the previous week. This week will be very interesting to follow and see what kind of acquisition they're going to announce and what kind of price action we will see from this company. Let's move on to the second company of this weekly review, and that is SPZI. So SPZI had a 480% run in 1 week, and as always, as most of the stocks, this one was alerted on our Discord channel as well before the breakout around September 20. The MALD stocks alerted that stock at the 0016, and we had an amazing 400% run ever since. Now, just a little bit of background on this company. That company was at the gray market, and you can see right here there was no volume whatsoever, and then massive volume came in and the stock exploded thousands of percent in one day. And that's due to the reason that the CEO of the company, Paul Strickland, got the stock out of the gray market, and there was a lot of hype around this stock. Now, it's important to know that this is not the Paul Strickland, the CEO of the companies FONU or JAMN or TBEV or PDGO. Yes, believe it or not, there is more than one Paul Strickland in the world. This is not the same CEO, this is a different one, so they have nothing to do with each other. And now that we know a little bit more about the background of this company, let's talk about the previous week and what happened here and what caused the 480% run, and will that run continue in the near future. So the main reason for the 480% run is very simple, and that's the bottom section of this tweet. I am sitting on a minimum of 4 press releases I cannot issue until this matter is resolved. Apologize to our shareholders. So for October 4th, the company was still a yield sign, and they needed the pink current sign to get more brokers to trade that stock. So they decided to not issue not even one press release until everyone could buy the stock, because this is the most fair for most of the shareholders. Now, one day later, on October 5th, you can see that more volume came in, and that's due to the fact that the company got the pink current information stamp from OTC markets, and then the expectation for those 4 press releases started to rise, and people started to buy the stocks before those press releases. Now on October 7th, the company tweeted that in the spirit of fairness, SPZI will publish news pre-market Tuesday. So we now have a timeline for this PR. We don't know what we're gonna see in this PR, but we know that it'll be on Tuesday pre-market, and thus the rise of price day after day. People are excited, people are expecting those news. So on Monday, there is a chance we will see the same pattern of this expectation to the news Tuesday pre-market, and also we have 3 more press releases after that press release on Tuesday. So there is much more to expect from this company. This is just one more stock that the story just unfolds right now, and I'm sure we will hear more about SPZI in the future. And from here we will move on to a company that is straight connected to the Bitcoin, and that company got around 200% run in one day, which is absolutely insane, and that's due to one reason and one reason only: the Bitcoin explosion. That company is CBTC, and as you can see, their business description from OTC market is XTRA Bitcoin Incorporation is a Bitcoin mining company supporting the Bitcoin blockchain in North America. We are focused on expanding our operation by increasing our Bitcoin mining hash rate and infrastructure capacity. Now, if we go to their website, we can see that their website shows excellence in Bitcoin mining, mining the world's leading emerging blockchain technology. So this is a straight-on cryptocurrency Bitcoin mining company, and for that reason only, the stock braked out about 200 to 30% in 2 days. Absolutely insane. Now, with that being said, that does not necessarily mean that every time that the Bitcoin will rise, this stock will rise as well. But in this case, that's exactly what happened. So the next time the Bitcoin goes to new highs or explodes for some reason, make sure to check out CBTC and look how this stock reacts according to that. Now let's move on to the 4th stock of this weekly review, and that stock is ICOA, and we'll explain the updates that are upcoming for ICOA company. So the first update is ICOA update on second acquisition by end of week. Stay tuned for more updates. Now that tweet was on October 4th, so that's Monday, the starting day of the week. And then 3 days later, they updated that the 2.59 billion shares was cancelled. The transfer agent confirmation was received and sent to OTC markets, which will reflect new OS shortly. Now, as we covered on the previous weekly review, the 2.5 billion shares cancellation from the outstanding shares get the market cap of ICOA go down by around 30%, which makes the value of the stock higher. 1 day later, they tweeted that ICOA and IBG Finance closing next week. More updates today. So they're saying that the LOI will be closed sooner than expected, and then they issued a press release. And the most interesting part in this press release is this section right here. Lastly, the company wishes to report that it is currently in advanced talks to enter the NFT space. And then just a couple of minutes later, they tweeted another bomb, ICOA, about the second acquisition, BTC denominated fund. Stay tuned for LOI announcement next week. And then couple of minutes later, they tweeted another tweet to clarify NFT mentioned in the latest PR is the third acquisition currently in advanced talks. So what we are expecting this week is the following. First, the closing of the LOI of IBG Finance, valued at around $185 million. Second, an LOI announcement regarding the Bitcoin. And third, we might see one more hint about the third so-called acquisition regarding the NFT. So it looks like we will have another interesting week for ICOA. It'll be interesting to see if the stock will break the resistance around the 0220, or will it go down back to the support at the 015. And from here we will move to the final stock of this weekly review, and that stock is DRNG. Now, I already told you on the previous weekly review that we will be talking about this company no matter what. We explain what happened during this week, and you can see that the stock actually went down after reaching a very nice price of 0080 with about 100% run from the previous week, and it closed on the price of 0059 last Friday. Now, the only update that we got from DRNG this week was the conference call that occurred on Friday, October 8th. Now, unfortunately, that conference call was mostly about NHK and very little information about DRNG and GMPW, but what we do know from that conference call is that there will be no reverse split and there will be no dilution to the stock. They are looking forward for someone to take over that company, and that this company will focus on the drone industry, but as of this moment this will remain a shell waiting for someone to take over. So basically this is now just a waiting game. Keep in mind that they do intend to become an OTC QB, requiring them to be above the penny mark for over 1 month, but it just might take longer. Thank you guys for watching this weekly review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss the future videos. We got some interesting contents coming in the following weeks, so stay tuned. Join our Simple Trade Discord community so you don't miss the future runners, and have a green and a profitable week.